Hey everybody, what's up? It's No Nonsense News. I'm Ted. It's Thursday, November 12th, 2020. Alright, more and more states are going on to this list of restrictions. Right off the bat, I'll just hit you up with Chicago issues a stay at home order and advises 10-person limit on social gatherings. They said they're going to enforce this 10-person limit. I don't know how they plan on doing that, but they said they're going to be strict in enforcing that. Detroit schools halt face-to-face learning because of the sickness. So basically, what they're doing is closing down brick and mortar schools. They'll have online learning, but basically schools are shutting. So what I'm getting to is all of the cities that we've seen so far are democratic. Okay, the growing list of these cities, and almost all of them are democratic. As a matter of fact, I think it might be 100% democratic. And it just so happens, whether you believe it or not, personally, I think who knows about this election really? It's sketchy at best, right? But whether you believe it or not, their propaganda that they're putting out hardcore would have you believe Biden is going to be the next president. And if that comes to be, no matter what you think, which by the way nobody but the media has made there's a thing called the GSC that makes the official call apparently, and they have not made the call yet, but there's tons of propaganda saying it, and it probably looks like it is going to go that way. So whether you think they stole it or not, if he gets it, you'll have the same group that's tightening down in these cities that I've been telling you for weeks are all democratic cities, and still leading up to this point all democratic cities getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Still, what are the numbers on the deaths, right? And now you have a Democrat about to take the White House apparently, and he's probably going to do what? Tighten down. And I have it right here. I've been telling you for weeks, and now just out today. It was actually out yesterday, but there's a bunch of headlines out today. Joe Biden, coronavirus advisor, 4 to 6 week lockdown might be needed. Okay, so he's not even president. He put a team together for COVID based on the propaganda saying he's going to be the president. Now they have propaganda saying he's built this team. So they're telling you he's the next president. Whether you like it or not, whether you think it was fraud, he's going to be the next president. He put a team together. His latest top science advisor says we need 4 to 6 weeks to slow it down. Okay, and we already know we can't trust them. Anybody in this government. I'm not taking sides. I know by the things that I'm saying, you might think I'm for one side or the other, but actually I'm apolitical. I don't believe in either one of these parties. I've said it many, many times. But last time they had the lockdowns, they told us it would be a couple weeks, right? It did. It went a lot longer than a couple weeks. As a matter of fact, we're still dealing with repercussions of it. So we know we can't trust them, right? And of course, this is most likely going to affect the delivery supply chain, okay? So we probably will see more shortages at the stores again because of the lockdowns, okay? He is saying, though, for all those people that love to be addicted to the government and addicted to depending on them, they are going to print up money, so you guys will be able to pay your bills and get caught back up. It'll help the economy get back together. Go there, read the article for yourself. But this is not far from, after this, you'll have forced vaccinations, right? So now's the time. 4 to 6 weeks lockdown. We know Biden is not president yet. If he was to become president, he's going to be there. Even if you say, okay, he's president-elect, he'll be there. He's not taking over yet until January, right? When he takes over. So you got till January to basically build up your emergency stockpile for this, because it's probably going to come. Get ready for at least 4 to 6 weeks. And like I said, you can't trust them, so get ready for maybe a little bit more. Even if your stockpile's good, now might be the time to go in there, take some inventory, see what you've been going in and hitting up, go back, refill it up, get some security if you don't already, because like I said, forced vaccination is not going to be far from this. And I've already talked to you guys about how they'll squeeze you into it. Here's an article. Less than 50% of Americans would take COVID-19 vaccine even if they were paid $100. So a lot of us are saying it, right? We're not going to take the vaccine. But how long can you really hold out? They will force us eventually with the squeeze that I've told you. How many people, all the people that are on some kind of government aid, welfare, maybe even people that are on Social Security or Medicare, you might be saying right now, all these veterans and stuff, you might be saying, I'm not gonna take the vaccine. Okay, how long are you gonna hold out when they say, well, we're not gonna give you the check unless you take the vaccine? How many people on welfare are not gonna? I'm not gonna take the vaccine. We're gonna hold your check. We're not gonna. You can't get the job. Remember, I told you the squeeze. So when and after that, it's gonna get worse because there might be a handful of people that can actually hold out, and these people might be self-sufficient enough that they can hold out, and they really don't. And they say, screw your job, and they say, screw your money, screw your check. I don't want your check. I can do this. I can live off the land. I'm self-sufficient. I prepared for this, right? And when it gets, but that's going to be very few. And when it gets to a point where a majority of the population has already been vaccinated, then it'll turn into a Nazi type of thing, where your neighbor will see somebody visiting your home and call a squad that can, and say, hey, I don't know, my neighbor has a visitor and I don't know if they've been vaccinated. You better send the squad. And they'll come to your home, your door, your gate, and they'll check. They'll want to see those papers. And that will be just like Nazi Germany. And think about what comes after that. Think about more Nazi stuff that this could lead to. And that's the road that we're going down right now. Right? You'll need, no matter what you do, you'll need proof of that vaccination. Or you'll be Anne Frank hiding in basements and attics. Unless you are self-sufficient, right? And through all of this, it's no wonder that a black market for negative COVID-19 tests pop up across the globe. Obviously, right? And this is going to become probably more prevalent. I would expect this to be a thriving industry soon, because as of right now, you can't go to New York without the negative test, right? So if I want to go, I just buy one of these, boom, show the negative test. It's nothing but a computer printout. You download it. You put in the information you want, replace the information that's there, put in your information, and you have the fake slip. Read the article for yourself. Go there and check it out. But that's going to be a thriving industry. And the more they lock down, the more people are going to need it. When they come with the vaccinations, they're probably using this as a test, and they know they're going to have to do better than that. So don't expect that to happen for the vaccination, right? Keep preparing. Keep preparing, no matter what. And this one is important. Militias challenge gun laws in Virginia. It's about shooting tyrants in the face. Exactly. It is about protecting ourselves against tyrants. I don't know about all the shooting in the face stuff. If it comes to that, it comes to that. But if we have numbers, we can back up the statement. We will not be disarmed, said Fiegel. The Second Amendment is not about hunting. It's not about self-defense. It's about shooting tyrants in the face. And he's kind of right. It's the actual Second Amendment says it gives us the ability to keep a well-maintained militia to stand up to a tyrannical government. So, in a way, he's right, but he's kind of taking it to the extreme there. But I agree with him, 100%. It has nothing to do with hunting. Has nothing to do with self-defense. It has to do with the Constitution. And this is America, and we're supposed to be free. And we have the guns to make sure we stay free. Because even like Nazi Germany, check it out for yourself. What did Hitler do? He disarmed the people. It's much easier to take over people when they don't have a way to protect themselves, right? And basically what it comes down to is the true free Americans, patriots, constitutionalists, right? Your worst fears are happening right before our eyes. We're losing our rights every single day with this whole COVID nonsense. This is a sickness that is no doubt a pandemic, but what are the deaths compared to the people? The numbers are very, very low, right? And we need to stand up now and prepare to defend your rights peaceably, preferably peaceably. But if more drastic measures are needed, then that's where we take it. But now is the time to stand up for your rights before it's too late. And there's a couple things you can do to prepare for this, so that maybe you don't want to fight. Prepare to take care of yourself. If you say you're not going to take the vaccine, there's two things you're going to have to do. Get that stockpile built up. The one I always tell you about, the emergency stockpile, the cans of food, candles, supplies, whatever you think you might need, things that might come in handy. There was in the Depression, I've heard stories from older people saying that they used to save their tinfoil because it was a rare thing. And we just went through that whole aluminum shortage, right? So maybe that's a thing coming in the future. You might be taking tinfoil off your leftovers, wiping it down, fold it up, put it away, and put it on your next leftover, right? So add to that stockpile. And two, Become as self-sufficient as you can. Think about what I'm telling you. How long could you possibly hold out? You rely somewhere on money, stores. You need to do them things, right? How long will you really be able to say no to that vaccine when you are not be access? You don't have access to goods, or you don't have access to money to buy those goods, right? So work on them skills now. The quicker you get through learning and working on those self-sufficient skills, whether it be cleaning water, hunting, fishing, farming, whatever, you're going to have to figure something out, but work on them now so when you really need them, after your emergency supply, hopefully that you've been building up all these weeks that I've told you, and hopefully when that runs out, you'll have these skills and you'll have practiced them enough that you still can say no. Because even so-called preppers out there, I don't know that there's a lot of people. I call myself a prepper. I call myself pretty prepared. I have all the things that I tell you guys about. I practice everything that I preach. Everything that I preach, I practice. I don't just come out here and talk junk to you guys. Okay? So, even preppers aren't really, I don't think there's a bunch of them that are 100% prepared to be 100% self-sufficient. I'm sure there are some, but that's a very low percentage. I myself call myself a prepper, and I'm saying I couldn't do it. I could do it for a little bit, but I don't know if I could do it forever. I'm set up pretty good. I have a couple weaknesses. We all could get better, but obviously, just please work on them skills, get self-sufficient, because the headlines I'm showing you, it's coming down the pike. It's no longer conspiracy. All this stuff is coming. Okay? Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Please, please, let me get a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Remember, don't be scared of what I'm telling you. Get prepared for what I'm telling you. Okay? All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.